Alright. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is going to be a very exciting video, and I'm very excited because I've never worked on this before, but this is a 2018 991.2 GT3 and it belongs to my good friend Copa. So if you guys remember that M4 that I did a D drives on and that I raced, well, that M4 is sold and it was replaced with this GT3, and in my opinion that is a mighty fine upgrade. So today I will be installing a center section exhaust from GMG. So this car already sounds great with its stock exhaust, so I can't even imagine how much better it's going to sound after I install this exhaust. But enough talking, let's get a cold start and some stock exhaust sound clips. So now we're back in the garage, and after driving the car, I must admit that the stock exhaust does sound pretty good, but there's always room for improvement. So let's go ahead and open the box and take the GMG exhaust out. So here's the exhaust. I really do love this color. It looks like a satin black finish. So it comes with the hardware here. It comes with these pretty cool stickers, and it comes with this license plate and this cool frame too. So now that I have the exhaust out, let me go ahead and prepare the rear bumper, get some lights, and let's get started. So now that I have some light in the back, let's go ahead and get started with the rear bumper removal. So I did see some videos on how to remove the rear bumper, and it seems like way less steps than the GT350 front bumper removal. So I'm guessing it's going to be easy, but you never really know with these installs. So here's to a hopefully quick and easy rear bumper removal on a GT3. All right, so now that we're here, the first step is removing this panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the two big bolts. There's two on the side. It uses a T45, and there's two here and two here, so a total of 4 smaller ones that use a T25. But I'm gonna start with the big ones. Okay, I think I'm done now. Let's see. All right, well, apparently I'm not done. You can tell I haven't worked on the Porsche before. I'm thinking that I still have to remove, there's 4 bolts here, And from the looks of it, I probably have to remove these caps here because I don't think this is gonna let this cover up. So let's see what this is. All right, I don't want to jinx it and say I'm done, but let's see. Maybe I have to move this. Oh, okay, this pops up. So I do remember that these lights do come off, they pop out, so that's true. All right, so apparently this is not coming off, but I don't think I have to take this off because now I think I can just get to the side bolts to remove the rear bumper. So basically I did this for nothing, but it's okay. I made a mistake. So let's go ahead and get started on removing the side bolts. And for now, I'm just going to put back the T45 bolts on here just to hold it in place and put back these caps that I removed. All right, so there's one bolt all the way inside of the wheel well. Uses a 10 mil, but I'm gonna use this long extension just because it's very far. I can't get my hand in there. And then there's 3 bolts here. These use a T30, but it really doesn't fit in there. So I'm going to use a T27 and I already tried it and that's gonna work well. And then down here under the bumper, there's 3 bolts as well. Those use a T30. And then the last bolt is this one, and this one uses a T30 as well. All right, so now we have the bumper off. And here's the bumper right here. Overall, I would say that it wasn't hard, but it really wasn't easy either. It was just a bit tedious with certain bolts that I had to remove, like these on the side. I think the top one, what was the top one? Somewhere around here. It was a bit tough taking it out, and the one in the wheel well as well. But other than that, all the other bolts were easy to remove. Now what I need to remove is this piece right here. I think this protects with rear end impacts. So this has 3 bolts on each side. And then I need to remove, well, this heat shield has bolts on the side and on the bottom. So I think once I remove that, then it should give me access to the mufflers. All right, so now that that's removed, this is the exhaust center section. There's some bolts that I need to remove. There's some on the side here on the flanges on each side. Then I may have to remove these bolts for the clamps. If that doesn't remove it, then I think there's some in the back I have to remove as well, but we'll see. All right, so now the exhaust centerpiece is off. Here it is. To me, I think this is a bit heavier than the GMG one. I'm going to weigh both to see if I'm right. Oh, let's see how I can get this over there. All right, let's get it to the scale. Let me turn on the scale. Okay. All right, so wow, 19 pounds. Let's see what the GMG one weighs. Put this one here. It's got, yeah, I can tell the difference. All right. £8.5 pounds. That's a huge difference. It's a little bit more than half. All right, so now I'm gonna put this one here so I can have it ready to install. All right, so now I'm just going to put the GMG exhaust on. I'm not going to tighten it just because I really won't know if it's centered. So I'm just gonna leave it a little bit loose, put the rear bumper back on, and then I'll be able to center it. So let's get to work. All right, so everything is back on the car and the GMG exhaust is in and aligned. So now it's time for the fun part. It's time for a cold start and some pulls to see how it sounds. Alright guys, so now I'm going to do a pull on second gear. This is crazy loud. That's not even hearing it from the outside. So now I'm back, and let me say that it sounds so good. So the first thing I noticed when I did a cold start, it was way louder than stock, and I had not even opened up the valves. And another good thing I noticed is that while driving the car, it's not too loud. You can definitely tell that it is a little bit louder than stock, but it has no drone. But once I went out and did the pulls and really hit it, then you can really hear the exhaust, and it sounds amazing. And I just wanted to keep driving. I couldn't get enough. But I also want to clarify something. You don't really have to take off the rear bumper for this car. You could have easily used jacks or some ramps to do it. But there are future projects for this car, so I did want to get the experience of removing the rear bumper just to see how it was done. I also want to thank GMG for sponsoring Copa's car, and I also want to thank Copa for trusting me to work on his car. He does have a YouTube channel, so I'll link it down below. He's going to be uploading e-commerce videos, which allowed him to get this car and another car. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.